Yes, I have some exciting news. I am going to Norway next week. Wednesday, Nick and I are working, and then we are flying out to Norway to meet up with his sister and her husband, and his dad is flying in from Sweden, and we're all gonna hang out, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really looking forward mostly to just spending time with his family and getting to know them. Like, the fact that we're doing it in Oslo is just kind of a bonus, but like, I would do it here, I would do it anywhere, and I'm really just looking forward to spending more time with them. And the truth is, I don't know very much about Scandinavia other than what Nick says. I don't know what it's gonna be like. I'm usually really terrified to travel. I don't like to travel much at all, but Nick let me know that traveling was part of the package, you know, that I signed for when I brought him into my life, so to speak. So I have to get used to traveling. We both somehow managed to get time off work. I don't know how it happened, because neither one of us have been there all that long, but we were able to do it. So, well, I just realized I've been talking a really long time on this video. I kind of should wrap this up. So Norway in less than a week. I feel good. I feel good. I'm a little nervous, not to meet his family, but just to take a big trip like this. Like, this is really our first real, like, trip away together. You know, it's kind of big stuff. And I'm meeting his family, like his dad, and that's big stuff too. So my parents are still kind of adjusting with Nick in my life, and it's not so much Nick in my life, but, you know, men in my life. I don't know why it continues to be the process that it is for them, because, you know, I've been kissing boys for a while now, and I've been open with them about it. So it's, you know, it's hard for them, and it's not like Nick's family. You know, Southern parents. It's, all you gays out there with families from the South, you kind of get what I'm saying. I'm very close to my parents. We're very close, I think. But there is this thing that we don't agree on, and it's kind of a huge thing, because it's the person who's the most important in my life. I talked with my mom a little bit this morning, and she really frustrated me on the phone. I was at work, and she texted me, and she was just saying, you know, make sure I give her all the details of my flight and where I'm going to be in Norway, you know, just, you know, so she has all those details. And then she just added at the end of the conversation, you know how I feel about this, you know, I don't really, you know, approve of what you're doing, but, you know, I just want you to be careful. And it just pissed me off. It bothered me, and it made me upset for the rest of the day. So when I got home tonight, I called her to talk about it. I do feel a little bit better about it now, but it is frustrating, you know, Okay, I'm gonna ask you a favor right now. Please, don't send me any emails or comments offering me support or advice about, you know, this issue with my parents, because it's just something I'm talking about because it's on my mind tonight, but it's not something that's consuming me by any means. You know, life is way too short to get bogged down by things like that. And I don't want this to be one of those kinds of channels, you know, so I'm keeping things light up in here. Things are good, things are getting better, but, you know, it's not shiny all around all the time, and today was just kind of an example of that. Enjoying a lot of fun music. I want to do a video all about my favorite artists and, like, my favorite songs. I actually tried to make an iMix on iTunes. I just kind of figured out what that is, and I was really excited, and I was gonna, like, make a whole video post about it and link to my playlist on iTunes, and you'd be able to buy it. But, like, 2/3 of my entire library, the songs aren't on iTunes at all, because I like kind of random obscure stuff. They won't let you put stuff that you can't buy in their store in your iMix. So, you know, fuck it. I think I'm just gonna do a whole other video where I talk about my favorite songs, and I'm gonna kind of make a mix CD for for you guys. Yeah. Okay, so one other thing, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about. I turned down a job recently, a really big one, and this was kind of a really hard thing for me to do. I felt really unsure. I don't get fickle and flip-floppy and flimsy about things. I kind of generally make my decision and that's it. And this was something I had a really hard time doing. And I almost made a video about it, but you know, I don't want the decision I made to be off of the consensus of a bunch of strangers on YouTube. No offense, but you know, I have to, especially when it comes to work, like it has to be something that I'm sure about. Here's a little bit of backstory. Back in late summer of last year, when I was doing that whole, you know, unemployed, broke-ass mountain stint, I was contacted by a YouTuber about a possible job working as a media editor for Yahoo. And this was something that was very exciting to me. I think I mentioned in a couple of videos that I had an interest in going into the world of media and online web stuff because I have some kind of a knack for it. Thanks to this YouTuber, I was able to meet with some people at Yahoo about some possible opportunities. This was back in like late fall, and nothing was open, nothing was possible. I ended up exploring other work opportunities. Well, they contacted me recently to see if I was still interested, and I definitely was like, yeah. I did the whole interview process, I found out more about everything, and it is a great opportunity. I had a really hard time figuring out what to do about it. And ultimately, I decided to stay where I am. It's right for me right now. Although I do know that this is a field that I want to go into, this online media thing, Yahoo was not the place for me to do it. I'm a little concerned because, you know, they just laid a bunch of people off this year, and Microsoft is after them, and I just, I don't want to go work for someone who I would have to take a severance package from in a year because they were bought out, you know, and then I have to go start all over again. So I'm going to stick with where I'm at, and I feel good about it. I'm going to make the most of it, and I'm happy about it. So it was like the day I made my decision, I woke up that morning and I just felt so good, and I definitely made the right choice. So no Yahoo for me, but this is something that I do want to look into, and maybe even think about taking classes, you know, this summer or maybe in the fall to learn more about, you know, this stuff. So yeah, grown-up stuff. I have been talking for a really long time. I'm not sure what this video, how long it's going to be by the time I edit it all down, but I've been talking for like 26 minutes. So that, like, who has that much to say? I'm sorry, let's cut it now. Cut it now.